Oh, crap. Hi, I'm Amy. I'm actually trying to get. I'm videotaping in my room because it's the lighting is actually a little bit better than the rest of the house. Um, so let me do this. It's a little bit better. All right. There we go. Okay. So that's why I'm videotaping on my bed, is because the lighting right here on in my area is the best. It's the best lighting, and I'm filming on my phone so I can. Okay. I have been wanting to do a story time for you for the public. I don't have any. I have one subscriber, so. But I've been wanting to tell everyone. So, yeah, I say a lot. So bear with me, and I'm not a storyteller. So just bear with me. My husband and I had moved to Washington when our apartment here in Oregon got flooded, and we were living with my husband's ex foster brothers and his girlfriend, or his wife, his common law wife. And what had happened was, we got kicked out, and I don't really remember why exactly, but we got kicked out, and then we moved in with our other friend. And then she was moving, so we had to move. And then we ended up with another foster brother of my husband's, and then they made us move, and so we ended up at this house. And this house was a two-story, it was a two-story house. It was like this, just the regular house, and then there's an entrance and a door right here on the bottom level, and then there's stairs that go like this up to the top level, and right here is our door. And when you walk in, you go in, and then to your right is a kitchen, to your left is the living room, like a big area. I don't have any photos of this house, but I wish I did. But you go down this little hallway area, and there's like a bookshelf on the left, and a heater thing on the right, and then you keep going, and then there's the first bedroom on the left, and then the second bedroom is just straight ahead, and then if you go right, there's the bathroom right there. And this is gonna this is gonna be relevant for my story. And then right there where the little walkway is the hallway, because here's the bedroom, here's the first bedroom, here's the second, and then here is the walkway, and back here is the bathroom. Well, there were stairs that went from right here, and it went behind the bathroom, and it came down to go downstairs. And there was a lock thing, those slider lock things. It was on the other side of the door, and the windows were broken out and stuff, because we had moved in, and the landlord was like, oh, you guys can move in, you don't have anything to worry about, I'm gonna fix the place up, and he never did. And so what had happened was, well, actually there was a few things, but the biggest main thing was that my husband went to go to a food bank, and I was taking a nap. I was pregnant with my eldest son, Carl, and I was sleeping, and all of a sudden, something woke me up, and I'm not exactly sure what it was, but my dog Molly was sleeping on the foot of the bed, right next to me, but on the foot. And my cat was sleeping up by my pillows. And they also woke up, and my cat's hair started standing up on end, and her eyes got like really, really like big. Like she opened her eyes really, really wide. And she was like hissing and growling, and her ears were back. And then my dog, her fur was all standing on it, and she was a pit bull, big pit bull. And this pit bull was like not afraid of anything. And this pit bull was, you know, her fur was standing up on end. She was growling and snarling and chewing her teeth. And she was like kind of like tense, and she was like kind of huddled in the corner. And I go and I look, and there was a half body apparition, and the only way I can explain how it looked was it looked like from the waist all the way down to someone's feet, and it was like a clear, but you could see through it, but it kind of looked like thick white ski pants, but it was like kind of transparent but kind of not. And it just started walking down the hall, and I just caught it right as it was just going into my living room. So I got up because I didn't know. I thought someone was in my house, that someone had come in through one of those broken windows downstairs and had gotten in my house. I ran out there, and I looked, you know, everywhere in this house. I even went downstairs, which I had to access by going down and then up and around, because there was a secret entrance that you could get from if you knew where it was. And I looked everywhere. There was no one there. There was only my cat and my 2 dogs. And then another time we were, my husband and I, we were sleeping in the bed, and we hear somebody running up and down the stairs. Like it sounds like someone's running up and down the stairs. And we freak out and we jump out of bed, and then we go and we run over to where the stairs are. There's nothing there. And so finally we decided, after those 2 incidents, that we were going to take that lock thing, take it off from the inside of the downstairs and put it, you know, to the stairs that lead down to the downstairs, so that like if anyone did come in, they couldn't come in to like our area. And we had always had it, you know, locked shut. It was always locked. And the only way that you could get from anywhere in the house to my area is if you went outside and then went up the stairs. There was no other way to get inside from outside or downstairs even, because we had the lock. And so what had happened was, so we had the lock, and then I think it was like, a couple of nights had passed and nothing had happened. And then I came home, and this was like in the evening, and I had come home from the store, you know, to buy like dinner and all that. And I hung my keys up on the key ring thing it was right there by the door. And I go to grab them later that night, and they weren't there. And so I was thinking, oh, you know, I must have misplaced them, you know, because they weren't on the keyring thing. So I was like, well, I must have misplaced them. So I go and I look everywhere, and they're nowhere to be found. I find my keys 2 weeks later, because I had a double mattress like I do now. It's the metal box spring thing, and then the box mattress, and then another mattress, and then my top mattress. And that's how it was back then too. I found my keys 2 weeks later under my mattress that I sleep on, between the 2 mattresses on my bed, in my bed. And I know I didn't put them there. And I turned away for like half an hour, and they were gone, and I could not find them. And then when I made my bed, you know, a couple weeks later, that's when I found them in between my mattress. And it's like, what, like, who would even put them there? And it's just a lot of crazy stuff would happen. And like, we were all sitting, like, okay, we had a couple of friends over. Well, one of my friends, and he had brought a guy and a girl, and we were all like downstairs doing a seance. And I know that's really dumb, but we were. And then all of a sudden, friend Kevin, he was a security guard, and his hat, was on tight. His hat flew off his head and landed on the other side of the room. And we were all looking like, what just happened? And you could see the line, the indentation where the hat was on his head. And then we took a photo of the big mirror because, my dog, my pit bull, would not go downstairs. She would not go downstairs. And she was so scared of being down there. And you just get this eerie feeling when you're down there. My landlord, Joe, had said that when he had first bought the house, that his wife's first husband hung himself in the house. And that there was a demon, and there's Bible passages up above the door on the wall, on the by the ceiling. There was Bible verses, and he was saying it was because doors would shut and they would slam shut and fly open just without anyone even being around. He was hearing voices, things were being moved, and then he said that he had gotten rid of them, but he obviously didn't. He thought he did, but he didn't. And so we were all doing the seance downstairs because we had the whole house to ourselves. No one was even renting downstairs because no one wanted to. And so we were all in the master bedroom doing this. And then my husband said that he saw smoke come up with the wall, and it was really dark, like a shadow person. And he went like this, I'm gonna kill you, kind of And he said that when he did that, smoke went, along with it. And he saw red eyes, and then that was it. And when we had taken a photo of the big mirror right there in the room, it showed up green, which was weird because we didn't have any green lights. There was no lights on at all. It was like a triangle like this, but in the frame of a photo, or in the shape, and you could see it. And right underneath because it was like a triangle, and it was so weird, like this. And there was a little silhouette of a little boy right there, in the under the triangle in the photo. I don't have it anymore. I did have it, but I don't anymore. I wish I did, but I don't. And so we started snapping more and more photos of this mirror. And all of a sudden you could start seeing little tiny circles, and in these circles you could see skulls. They look like somebody's skull, and like faces. And it was weird. It was creepy, but it was cool. But that's my story time for my paranormal story time. I know I've had other story times, but for paranormal, but this one is I think the best one that I've done, because I'm not just sitting there talking and talking and talking. Also, if you click on my user profile, you can see all my pets and stuff. If you like animals, my animals are funny. I have cats, rats, fish, gerbils, and mice. So be sure to check them out and let me know what you think. Thank you very, very much.